What is up, everybody? It's your girl, Kendra. I'm not wearing any makeup today, and I hope that is okay. Today, I am going to be telling a personal story. It is the story of my first time getting high. And please remember, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're on YouTube.
I'm gonna do it. Go for it.
Okay, so a little background story about me is I grew up in a slightly or very dysfunctional home, and typically kids like me typically develop like a comfort vice. You know, some kids choose drugs, others choose sex, others choose alcohol, others choose gangs, you name it. And when I came of a certain age, I was weighing the pros and cons of what vice I wanted to develop, I guess. In my mind, it wasn't a vice. In my mind, it was a quote unquote escape. Oh, I'm literally weighing the pros and cons. And, you know, as a teenager, I'm looking at the pros and cons of drugs. I think, to me, it mathematically, it just wasn't, I didn't think it made sense for me. So, drugs only provided an escape for a short amount of time. And then drugs didn't physically remove me from my situation. I would still physically be in the same house, and the goal was to get out of the house. Okay, that was the goal. And also the consequences. It was bad for my brain and my body, and I thought, this just what. It's just an L and L for me, dog. I'm still here. I'm still in the same dysfunctional ass house, and now I have mental and physical problems. It's a no for me, dog. So I passed up on drugs and I chose my other vice, which is a story for another day. So when I graduated from high school, I was very, very open minded. I would say I was even dangerously open minded. And so I was, you know, you live in San Francisco, the Bay Area, and there's this ideology or this rhetoric that's very drug positive, and I totally was about it. Just like the physical benefits, the mental and the spiritual benefits, and I was very just open minded. I never had used. So, yeah, you know, I hear about like, I don't know, becoming more creative, easier to sleep, becoming more spiritually aware. I watched a documentary on DMT that said like the guy met God, and I was like, oh my god, that sounds awesome. Like, I would love to just do a drug and like meet God. How cool and naive was I? And I knew all the quotes, you know, the only reason why psychedelics was illegal was because, I don't know, white people are racist, and I definitely believed it. I definitely did. Um, but ultimately, I still didn't have, even though I was sold on the great benefits, I still didn't really have a why or a reason until one day. So one day, something happens to me. And again, that's a story for another day. But what had happened to me had left me feeling like I was wronged, like it was a complete injustice, and it left me very angry. I was very, very angry. It was a type of anger that I have never felt before. I typically don't get angry. That's not my go-to emotion. I'm more of a sad emo girl, but for the first time in my life, I was so angry. I felt vengeful. And that was a feeling that I've never felt before. I've never felt like I ever wanted to take revenge out on someone or something of that nature. And I was so angry that basically I would wake up every morning with a literal burning sensation in my chest. I would wake up, I would literally wake up in the morning and my chest was physically burning me. That's how angry I was. And being the good, lukewarm Christian that I was, I prayed like 2 times. 2 times, 2 whole times. And you know what happened? Nothing happened. Did God take away the burning sensation in my chest like I prayed for? The answer is no. Some people would say, Kendra, you only prayed 2 times. I said, how much prayer times do I need? Yeah. But at the time, I'm living at UC Berkeley, and I was like, you know what? I was told that marijuanas will make me more inward and zen and take away my anger because I'm gonna go inward and I'm gonna find myself. I'm gonna find myself and then I'm gonna be like, hey Kendra, don't be mad. Get glad. You have a bright future. And then I was gonna wake up from this high and be like, yeah. So I try to smoke like a blunt, like regular people. But obviously, because I'm a noob, I can't smoke properly, so I'm not getting high, no matter how hard I try. And I was just like, this isn't working. But I was determined to get high, right? So you know what I did? I had a friend at the Afro House, and it's so guys. If you knew who this guy was, you'd be like, why would you ever go to this guy for drugs? Like, you are so dumb. But I was pretty naive. Anyway, so I go to this particular guy, and he's particularly weird, but he just, he got a good, you know what I'm saying? Shoot. So basically, we go up to, by the way, he's from the Afro House. Shout out Afro House, hey. Um, we go up to the Afro House roof, and basically, I hit the bong. Right, that's my first time is hitting the bong. Right, cool. Is that I don't even know if that's the proper lingo, but y'all know. So I'm on top of the roof and I hit it, and you know what? The first thing that happens is like I start to feel like I'm sinking slowly but surely, and all of a sudden I feel this pain, this sharp pain in my chest, y'all. It was so sharp, and I was like, "Oh, it hurts!" Like I was like in pain. Like I'm getting high, but I'm like in pain. I'm like, it hurts. And the guy's like, "What? Are you serious?" I'm like, "It hurts." Guys, you know how I said that I thought I was gonna go inward and go more zen? Basically, I ended up having a literal mental breakdown. I've never had a mental breakdown before, but I did. What had happened was I started to collapse on the ground and I just started bawling. Just like nobody's business, and I couldn't even stand. I was like bawling, scream crying on the roof. All right, he's over there freaking out that the cops will come. He's like, "Ken, just shut up," and that just made me more angry. And so I can't even stand. I'm crawling, guys. I'm freaking crawling because the weight of my heart was so heavy, like so heavy that I couldn't get up. And every time I tried to get up, I would like collapse because my heart was so heavy. Try to demonstrate. This is me crawling, crawling. I'd be like, ugh, ugh, ah. And so basically, I just hysterically cried for so freaking long. And yeah, and I cried so hard that basically that there was nothing left. So my experience wasn't zen, but I did get what I asked for because I cried so fucking hard that the burning sensation in my chest did leave. I was no longer angry, but instead, I was numb. And it was really interesting because I think after that, though I wasn't angry anymore, I was not necessarily like I just felt like empty and like sad. Yeah, what's up, dog? Yeah. Mhm. Cool. Yep, that was me. And so there was no thought that emptiness sensation was strange because typically like oops. So yeah, so typically um usually I do things like the Jesus method, like I like pray type thing. I pray for stuff. And when it comes to like doing things like the Jesus way, you usually like you get free from whatever it is, but you get something in return. So you like get a lot of joy, or you get a lot of hope, or you just feel so passionate and motivated, and it's like, yeah, it's like, oh my god, and you feel full, and you feel like just like free and happy and whatever. um but the marijuana just left me feeling empty, though it got the job done. So, but it wasn't the job that I actually needed done. You know what I'm saying? I thought I just needed to get the burning sensation out of my chest or get rid of the anger, but it turns out maybe I needed something a little bit more. Something that the marijuanas just couldn't give me. Anyways, that's my story. But also, I will note that the Jesus method is like, it takes a long time. Yeah. The Jesus method, it may take. It's not no microwave thing, you know what I'm saying? Like it takes a while. You feel me? You gotta have patience if you want to do it the Jesus way. Yeah. And even though I noticed this, you're probably thinking that I never did marijuana ever again. False. I did it a lot, and I did way more than just marijuanas. And yeah, I had a little season of experimentation. But long story short, I realized that that wasn't it. That ain't it. You feel me? That ain't it. Anyways, I just want to say that's just my personal story, my interesting story that I thought I would share with the world. Even though this is kind of a touchy subject, don't judge me. Uh, yeah. Anyways, so if you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you don't, sorry, not sorry.